Hey, Yada, can I lead when we dance?
I always let you lead.
Not when we're dancing around the market.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
Welcome to another episode of Life's Inside Track. We're excited that we've created for you free access to over 503 episodes where we share insider tips, making house home, how to build wealth, and even how to have life exponential. And the great news is you get access to them from the home, from the office, or even on the go. So on this episode, what we're going to discover is that as you lead, you can lead even in a challenging market. And if you don't lead, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah, whether the market's going up or down, you need to lead the market. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, think of a rolling ball going down a hill. Have you ever chased a ball downhill and tried to pick it up?
Almost impossible because the ball rolls faster than I can run.
Or when you catch it, when you bend down to pick it up,
it's gone.
It's not there anymore.
It's out of here.
So how can you possibly catch a ball rolling down a hill, especially when there's a lake or a road or something down below that you don't want it to run into? How are you going to get it?
You got to get in front of it.
Yes.
You got to get at the bottom of the hill.
You got to run past the ball,
it, and
turn around, and let it come to you.
Exactly.
And that picture, just think of that picture when you're thinking about the real estate market. If you're constantly chasing it, meaning, I'm going to put an offer in at exactly what the last house sold for, but the market's going up, somebody else is going to put a higher price offer in above the last one, and you're going to miss out. So you got to run in front of it, buy a little, maybe a little expensive, a little higher than the last one, and then wait for the market to come to you.
And it won't be very long in this market.
Yeah. And even if it has a little valley and it goes down for a few minutes or a few years, even weeks, months, we don't know what's going to happen with the interest rates. We don't project what's going to happen. And I think anybody that does project what the market's going to do 6 months, a year from now, they don't know. They're guessing.
They really are.
But we do know that typically over the long haul, 5-10 years, real estate goes up in value historically.
Absolutely. And so what if the market is going down? I know it's not going down right now, but if it were going down, how do you then lead the market?
Well, that's for sellers. Buyers are going to offer less than what the price of the house is. Sellers got to price their home below what the last one sold at to get in front of the market. And we've seen it in 94, 95, 96, where people tried to price up here at what the last one sold for, even a little higher. They think, my house is better. And then it doesn't sell in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month. And then they reduce the price, but the market's gone down and they're like chasing that ball down the hill. So after 4 or 5 price reductions, they finally catch the market, or they go down a big chunk to get in front of the market, and then someone buys their house.
Right. Except they've left so much money on the table at that point, because if they had just got in front of the market at the very beginning, it would have sold way, like a year earlier in the 94 to 96. That's the reality. Homes were on the market for a year. It wasn't uncommon. And in this market, I think people think, well, it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
But
what's interesting,
does once in a while.
I was just thinking about that. We're looking at the macro picture of a year or whatever, many years. The micro picture is there are micro shifts. Like right after the announcement of the interest rate going up 0.5%, our market dipped a little bit. Not a ton. And overall, if you're looking at year stats, it's not down.
You can't see it.
You can't see it. But if you look at the weekly charts, we can see when certain events happen, when there's a micro shift. Last year, it was October, right?
Yeah.
Around September, October, the market shifted for about 60 days where people were buying properties at asking or a little below asking. There was some affordability happening. And then boom.
Increased affordability.
Then boom, right there in November, it started going up again. And it kept going up till February. Like
Yeah.
There are micro shifts. And if you have somebody on your side who really understands and is in touch with the market, we can watch for those little shifts for you. And one of the best things to get prepared for that is to sit down with us, either in person or on Zoom, for a nice little 30-minute free consultation.
Yeah, just to get your questions answered. I mean, do your research, get in the know, and then ask your specific poignant questions so that you can be able to make the best decision possible. And as I think about, because we often think about stories of clients that we've worked with or somebody that we've watched in the market, and let's say the market was at 600.
Yeah, well, the specific person, there was a property for sale at 600.
Mm-hmm.
And they did the crazy thing.
Crazy, right?
And what did they pay?
7.
Yep. And we looked up that property. And what's it worth now?
8. So
8.
it's the 6, 7, 8 is the rule of thought. And whether it's the 7, 8, 9, it doesn't really matter which one we talk about. But somebody that thought they were overpaying dramatically on a property weren't. And the difference is there's somebody that got the property they wanted versus somebody that we were just chatting about, and so many people that we hear about every day actually that have been looking for a year or 2 years or longer, and they keep missing out. Like that same house has gone up to maybe $300,000.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes,
so scary.
Sometimes it's the realtor. And many
Did you just say that out loud?
Sometimes it's the realtor. Sometimes the realtor is not willing to tell the truth, like the hard truth about the market. And other times it's the realtor is saying it and the client's not listening.
Right.
They're not willing to take the counsel of the real estate agent. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is it's a tricky wicket, because as a real estate agent, I don't want to tell you how much to offer for a house.
No.
Because if I cause you to overpay for it, you're blaming me. If I cause you to pay too little and you don't get it, you're blaming me. So I always, give the relevant data and ask you, what's it worth to you, and what's your walk away price? Mm. If someone else bought it for $100 more, you go, bless them. Thank you. They paid that. I would never pay that. That's the price you need to come in at.
And because we're still living in a closed bid system, so you can't know the number that someone else is prepared to pay. And even if you could, which we've talked about in other episodes, doesn't really help you. If anything, I've watched it get people go crazy. They can't stick to their number anymore, right? So get your number, stick with your number, and then be happy that you walked away. It's okay to walk away and stay stuck. Unless you really want a place, then jump out ahead and lead the market. Mm-hmm.
So I guess getting the right guide, getting the right realtor that is active in the market, knows the market, is selling every week, every day, or is in a brokerage where they're meeting like ours, where we meet twice a week and discuss with our realtors what's going on. What did you just encounter? So that even though maybe this week I don't sell a property, but 10 of my other realtors have, and we know exactly what's going on in the market.
Mm-hmm. And a neat criteria when you're thinking about who do I choose as a guide, I keep thinking about this thought. It keeps running through my head, is trust. If you're a trusting person, if you generally trust people and you feel like you can't trust the person that you've asked to guide you through the process, it's not the right person. You've got to feel that you can trust their wise counsel. And it doesn't matter why you do or you don't. You just need to know that you can.
Yeah. Thanks for the privilege of growing alongside you, because we're passionate about us all being positioned for generational legacy.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.